Welcome to 27 Topics. We're at the pavilion entrance, the temporary entrance to Memorial Hospital and Health Care Center. This is the place where you enter, and now what we are seeing is the exterior construction, and you see a lot of the exterior construction has been completed. Of course, there's some windows to put in there, and we can see there's still a lot of construction going on. But what we're concerned about today is the interior of the hospital, and we will be talking to the Public Relations Director of Memorial Hospital, Mike Jones, as we enter the hospital here.
We're standing in front of the pavilion entrance and the pavilion registration, and this registration desk is used primarily for three purposes. It's the Women's Center registration area where one could go if they were coming in to get a mammogram or an ultrasound. It's also where one would come for an outpatient surgery registration, and on Tuesdays, Drs. Venicotter and Kempker Jr. are here with the breast clinic. The main registration is further down the hall, and we'll take you on that area to that area later. As we leave the pavilion registration, immediately inside the pavilion entrance, one of the first things you'll note is the 800 gift shop, which is the temporary location for the hospital's gift shop. We're passing by, and the gift shop has ample room, and it's right near the door, so that makes it fairly convenient. And it will be located here for approximately 1 year until the main lobby opens again and the new gift shop is constructed. We're heading on down the hall, and immediately ahead of us you can see rehabilitation services and cardiopulmonary services. To the right, the sign which said main lobby, laboratory, cafeteria, that remains the same. However, once we turn and we make this corner, you will see a very distinct difference in the building itself. The black curtain to the end of the picture is behind it used to be the main lobby, which will be blocked off for approximately 6 to 9 months while renovation occurs. In that main lobby also was the main patient registration, which is now moved to its temporary quarters, again, for approximately 6 to 9 months, immediately to our right of the sign, in the location that was formerly occupied by the hospital administrators. We're in the main registration area where everyone who is not an emergency patient or here for a mammogram or outpatient surgery or for the breast clinic would come prior to any kind of a procedure here at the hospital. This is now the main waiting room. It will be here for approximately 6 to 9 months. There are registration carols behind the main waiting area, and there is also a cashier's office in the main registration area for those patients who need to take care of financial matters with the hospital. Now, what we've done in order to hopefully make it easier for patients and visitors is create two different sets of maps. There's a blue set, which is level 1 and level 2, and so we can draw out on the map itself directions on how to get to the location on level 1 or level 2 that people are looking to get to. And then there's a red set, which is level 1 and level 3, and again, same procedure, we would draw on the map how do you get from registration where we are standing right now to those particular areas. As you leave main registration, or the new temporary main registration, and head down the hallway, you'll be looking at what we refer to as Big Mac. And we put Mac pictures all over the hospital in an effort to try to guide patients and family and visitors to patient areas or to procedure areas so that they can find out where they're going. As we walk this corridor, we're going to be veering to our left soon, and you'll see as soon as we clear the corner the F and G elevators. And the F and G elevators will be used for all patient visitors, for all visitors to all floors, with the exception of the skilled caring center. So if you were coming in to have a procedure in radiology after registration, you'd use the F and G elevators. If you were going to go visit someone on level 3, either in OB or in critical care, you'd use the F and G elevators. Or if you were visiting a patient on 4, you would use the F and G elevators. To your left. If you're visiting someone on skilled, it would be necessary to use the I and H elevators. As you get to level 3, you'll note that to the right is the main patient area for medical services. And then we're going to go to our left, right through the pediatric adolescent unit, on our way to both obstetrics and gynecology, and also the critical care services and telemetry. The pediatric adolescent unit, straight ahead is OB, obstetrics and gynecology, and then immediately to your right is critical care. The nursery is also to your right, where one can view the newborn babies if they're not with their mothers. And we're going to continue on down to ICU, telemetry, that particular area. So. As you approach the end of the corridor, the intensive care waiting area is there, and then to the right is the intensive care unit along with telemetry, and visitors would go in there and check in at the nurse's station. It is a circuitous route, but because of the closed elevators in the lobby, it's the best accessible route to get to these areas in the hospital. These A and B elevators are the ones that have effectively been shut down from the main lobby because they do enter into the main lobby where the construction is going on. Under normal circumstances, and when the construction is finished, these elevators will be opened up again, but in the past, one would get off of these elevators and critical care would be right literally 25 feet to their right.
Now these elevators.
Apple is also temporarily located to level 3, just outside of the A and B elevators, right next to the critical care area. And again, the only way to access that is the path that we just took through pediatrics via the F and G elevators. You take a right at obstetrics and a left right by critical care, and that's where the chapel is. Occasionally, though, the chapel is moved to the board conference room, which is right down by the pavilion entrance. And that just depends on the event and the timing and those kinds of things. But when it's moved down there, it's always posted so you know well in advance that that's where it's going to be. The actual construction in the hospital began in November of 2002. And the lobby itself, the main entrance to the hospital, closed in December of 2002. And so for a little over a year now, we have been using the pavilion entrance as the main entrance to the hospital. The actual opening of the new tower, levels 1, 2, and 3, and that's all that was ever intended to open when it's completed. The actual opening will be in January 2005, and then on level 1 will be a brand new emergency department. The radiology department will move to level 1, and on level 2 will be critical care, and on level 3 will be obstetrics and gynecology. As you reach the T where the Big Mac is, you take a right and go up a slight incline. We are now headed on the path that will lead us to the cafeteria, to hospital vending, and also, perhaps most importantly, to the I and H elevators, which during this temporary time of construction is the only way that visitors can access the skilled caring center. There's also a bank machine, and there are also restrooms and a telephone down this corridor. We're passing the cafeteria, and you can see the sign tells you to skilled and the I and H elevators. And you'll hit this area and do a 180-degree turn, and then we find the I and H elevators, which is the only way to get to skilled care during this temporary construction phase. En route to the I and H elevators, there is a corridor to your right. And if you turn to the right, you'll see, again, another construction wall temporarily erected to block people from going into the former main lobby. But one can still access the cafeteria which is just the hallway to the left